Right now at 10, day 2 for the missing 22-year-old woman in La Crosse, where crews are searching and how you can help.
And rock legend Ozzy Osbourne dies at age 76. Fan reaction and ties to La Crosse.
Plus, a rare syndrome steals a La Crosse woman's sight, the innovative procedure that gave it back.
WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. It has now been 2 days since 22-year-old Elliot Hines went missing in La Crosse. And tonight, the community continues to search for answers.
News 8 Now's Jadius McGee joins us in the newsroom with the latest. Jadius.
Yeah, Emily, boats are back out on the water today as the search for 22-year-old Elliot Hines continue into a second day. Crews focus their efforts along the river, scanning both the shoreline and water for any signs of her. But still, so far, no answers. Volunteers continue to pass out flyers and stay determined to bring her home.
I can't imagine how it's like for her family and how it feels to be in their shoes. And I just hope Elliot's out there fighting her battle and making sure that she stays there and knows that there's people out there searching.
As the community continues to search and hope, crews are staying focused, working to bring answers to Elliot's family. And guys, I did reach out to officials on the scene earlier today, but they declined to comment at this time. We will continue to follow this story and keep you updated, both on air and online. Reporting live in the newsroom, Jadius McGee, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Jadius. A man is in custody after Eau Claire authorities seized guns and drugs during a very large bust. Eau Claire resident Sean Fillmore was arrested at the scene of the bust. Authorities found 17 guns and over 600 grams of drugs with an estimated street value of more than $13,000. Fillmore now faces 25 felony charges.
The man accused of killing a Dunn County correctional officer on Christmas Eve is bound over for trial. Mark Sokolowski allegedly failed to stop at a sign and struck Jeff Reynolds' car. Reynolds, who was on his way to work, was pronounced dead at the scene. A test shows Sokolowski's blood alcohol level at .152. His sentencing is set for September 24th.
A travel alert. The main bridge to Isle La Plume is now closed. Hood Street is shut down from Norplex Drive to Marco Road through Friday. The reason is street reconstruction. To get to the island, use the Cook Street Bridge at the south end.
Folks in Eau Claire have a new way to get around. They can use the Northern Light Ride Service app. The service runs between several popular locations, and it's available from 6:45 a.m. to 6:45 p.m. Trips cost $1.75 for adults, $1.25 for students, and 85 cents for seniors. La Crosse kayakers have a new place to launch. It's at the 7th Street Boat Landing. Rentals will be available from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. There are also new kayak rentals at Copeland Park.
And we are just a few hours away from severe heat and humidity conditions around here, Greg.
Yeah, but first we got thunderstorms to come through in the morning too. So we will have that later on in the afternoon. But first comes the thunderstorms potentially during the afternoon and then follows with the heat too. But overall, it's going to be a very muggy and warm night. In fact, some areas may not get below 80 as we go throughout. So right now, these are your low temperatures going on with thunderstorms that will be occurring probably late tonight. There's still a little bit of low confidence exactly whether these will happen, but still we're getting into the mid to upper 70s. A few areas could get a little bit cooler than that, but overall very muggy conditions. Right now there's your current temperatures, and we have some activity along a warm front that's stretching just west of the area, Austin up to Minneapolis. Just some spotty activity right now that's developing, but if you expand out, it's really that complex in Iowa that's going to continue to spin up, and as that does and the warm front does, we're going to see additional development throughout later tonight and through the morning hours. And once again, if you track that out, a few showers early on, but I think that activity really won't persist too much. It's what's going to occur after that when that thing begins to spin up here. I do think we will have wet conditions. Just depends on where you're at in the morning hour, but that could certain heavier rainfall as we go throughout the morning hours. Now beyond that, we are going to see then improving conditions, but that sun won't likely come out till later, closer to noon for some, maybe for others more into the afternoon, especially further north as you go. So later on, we'll kind of track down what the temperatures do look like in the afternoon when this break in the heat and humidity will come, and what it looks like going forward to the weekend too. That all coming up a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Around the states, Representative Tom Tiffany is reportedly considering a run for governor in 2026. That's according to the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. The Republican who represents the 7th District in northern Wisconsin hinting at it at a run by securing the web domain TomTiffanyForGovernor.com. Now, Washington County Executive Josh Schoeman and businessman Bill Berrien are already in the race. EAA AirVenture is happening in Oshkosh this week. People can get an up-close look at nearly 10,000 different aircraft. This event temporarily makes Whitman Regional Airport's control tower the busiest in the world. 40 boys and girls from La Crosse left for D.C. today. They're from the Terry Erickson Boys and Girls Club. Herb Cole Philanthropies is funding the 4-day trip. For many of these young people, it's the very first opportunity for a trip like this to the nation's capital.
To hang out with the members, but also really get to be where people were making history, and we get to see where all of the decisions are made for our country and get to tour around. So this is a lot of these kids' first big trip like this, and it's a privilege to be able to go on it with them.
The kids will visit the Smithsonian, the U.S. Capitol, and other monuments.
A La Crosse woman has her eyesight back thanks to an innovative surgery. Danny Hansen has lost her vision 3 times in the last 6 years due to Stevens-Johnson syndrome. It's a rare and potentially life-threatening disorder affecting the skin and eyes. But doctors at UW Health had the solution in May, a cornea implant surgery. And now Hansen's able to see her kids with her own eyes.
It's hard to look back and know that I didn't miss things, but I look more at what I can do now to make up for the time that I did lose being able to see them.
An allergic reaction to medication triggers most cases of Stevens-Johnson syndrome. The National Institutes of Health say cases fall somewhere around 2 per million people each year.
The Holman Area Community Center welcomed guests this afternoon for their Wonderland Tea Party. From 2 to 3:30 p.m., attendees were immersed in a Wonderland-themed experience featuring tea, scones, cookies, creative crafts, and a clue hunt.
This has been an amazing, fun event. We've got a lot of kids, a lot of energy, a lot of volunteers, and we hope that everything we do here at the Holman Area Community Center brings this community together.
This marks the second Wonderland Tea Party, a follow-up to the first event held when the Holman Area Community Center first opened.
Still ahead tonight, the man who shaped metal, taking a look back at a rock legend after passing away at 76 years old.
And why a cornerstone of the chocolate industry is raising prices for consumers when we come back.
Is your relationship suffering from nagging bed aches? The all-new Sealy Posturepedic. Can you feel the support? That's the Precision Fit coils. They flex to your body, supporting you where you need it most. Stop stressing, start sleeping with Slumberland's 365-night sleep guarantee.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward. Celebrate Independence Day. Get 0% APR on select Sierra 1500 models. That's over $4,300 in average finance savings. Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
Sunken or uneven concrete only worsens with time due to changing seasons, stress on the slab, or poorly compacted soil. Your sunken concrete won't get better with time, but it will with our modern solutions. Choose American Waterworks.
Ashley for the Arts is back. Experience 3 unforgettable days of live music, family fun for all ages, interactive art, and much more, all for $55. Don't miss out. Join us in Arcadia August 7th through 9th. Get your tickets now at ashleyforthearts.com.
Is snoring keeping you awake at night? Try the Temper Ergo Smart Base. It provides a holistic sleep experience and has snore response technology.
It works.
What?
You're gonna buy me this smart base.
Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
Ozzy Osbourne, a founder of heavy metal and eventual reality TV star, died today in England, surrounded by his family.
He had been battling Parkinson's disease since 2003, but didn't publicly reveal his diagnosis until 2020. Osbourne was 76 years old. Vladimir Duthiers has a look back.
Ozzy Osbourne was the man who shaped metal. With over 100 million albums sold across his 6-decade career, the Prince of Darkness was the king of heavy metal, both as the lead singer of the pioneering band Black Sabbath, with hits like Paranoid, Warpigs and Iron Man, and in his solo career with Crazy Train. The Sabbath sound was unlike anything audiences had heard. Ozzy was the voice of a new genre with dark lyrics, heavy riffs, and haunting vocals.
The thing what I like about Black Sabbath was the fact that we weren't a creation by some mogul.
Ozzy's antics were even more avant-garde, infamously biting the head off a bat on stage and off stage, flipping the bird in countless photos. He was well known for his drug use and causing mayhem, like throwing TVs out hotel windows and wild parties. But at home, he showed a softer side. He and his wife Sharon, along with their children, opened their lives to the world in an early 2000s reality TV show.
What do you want to do with my gun, Sharon? Under the bed.
He was open about his struggle with Parkinson's. Osbourne won 5 Grammys and was twice inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
It's like food for my soul, you know. And you know, I've been saying I want to retire. I'll never retire. I'll be always doing something with music. It's what I'm here for.
Still rocking at 76, just weeks ago, he performed his final show, a farewell concert with the original members of Black Sabbath in his hometown of Birmingham, England. Osbourne was really just a regular English bloke who became hugely influential in the world of rock and roll and just modern music in general. In addition to never retiring, he said even if he is remembered as the guy who bit the head off a bat, at least he'll be remembered. Vladimir Jutiv, CBS News, New York.
Well, your next sweet treat could cost a little more. The Hershey Company is raising prices due to an increase in cocoa costs. According to a company spokesperson, the increase will be a percentage in the lower double-digit range. Hershey says 75% of its products are available for under $4, and they will continue working to keep it that way.
Activists are in the Everglades calling for the shutdown of alligator Alcatraz. They say conditions are inhumane. Reports say detainees are often treated harshly by guards and food and water are substandard. The demonstrators also rallied against the name the Trump administration has given the facility.
Alligator Alcatraz was designed to be a joke. Is this a joke? No. Yeah. Is this a joke? No. To mock the very real suffering of migrants, to strip up fear, to stir up fear, and to turn human rights violations into campaign slogans.
I don't know. Here's what
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis told reporters the claims are exaggerated and the facility meets standards required by law. 6 months later, deaths have increased from January's massive wildfires across Los Angeles. The county medical examiner announced the death toll has risen to 31 today. The update comes after a human body was found in Altadena. No details were given on what led investigators to the discovery. In total, 19 people died in the Eaton fire and 12 in the Palisades fire.
Well, holding a U.S. passport used to provide access to nearly every country and territory in the world. But that's not how it is today. The Henley Passport Index has released its quarterly report, and the United States is now ranked 10th in the world for most powerful passport. The United States held the #1 ranking in 2014 and has shown steady decline since then. A U.S. passport will give people access to 182 countries and territories. That is on par with Iceland and Lithuania.
President Trump is pulling the United States out of the UN Scientific and Cultural Agency. The U.S. was a founding member of UNESCO in 1945, but also withdrew in 1984, citing financial issues and a perceived bias against U.S. interests. The U.S. rejoined in 2003 under President George W. Bush after the agency implemented some changes. This withdrawal will take effect on December 31st of 2026. We will have more news ahead.
But first,
yeah, we got storms, we got heat, humidity, and then we got storms coming right back. So we got a lot of planned out to show you what's going to go on Wednesday, and then what the weather looks like on for the end of the work week. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
It's the patio closeout sale at Home Seasonal Concepts. Get up to an extra 50% off regular prices or pay no interest until 2030 on the best selection of porch and patio in the Midwest. Right now during the patio closeout sale at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Soar into a new career at Eagle Crest Communities.
After high school,
I joined Eagle Crest Communities. I did not know what I wanted to do for a career, and I really found a passion for working with our senior population. They care about me just as much as I care about them. Being able to be a part of their day is a really special thing for me, and it's given me a purpose in life.
Learn more at eaglecrestlife.org.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
During the Chevy 4th of July sales event, well-qualified buyers get 0% APR plus $1,000 cash allowance. That's over $7,000 total value on this Silverado plus $4,500 total cash allowance for current Chevy owners.
Right now, US Cellular makes it easy to switch and get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
No trade-in? But we're willing to trade in our teeth.
Nope, you don't have to trade your teeth in or an old phone.
I like that.
Yeah, your parents get an amazing deal.
I almost lost this one.
Yeah, you get to leave your tooth under your pillow.
For me, it's tooth fairy time.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
Everything is getting smarter. Good thing your Touchstone Energy Cooperative has the knowledge and expertise to help you make smarter work harder. Today, there are more ways than ever to make your world more energy efficient, and we can show you how. Take the next step to go electric and put the power of your co-op to work for you. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
During the 51st anniversary sale at Home Sleep Express, get our best offer ever and pay no interest until 2030, or get an extra 10% off sale prices on Prana Sleep and Thomas Cole Sleep. Find the right fit for your right sleep. The 51st anniversary mattress sale, now at Home Sleep Express.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Yeah, definitely tomorrow we're going to have the heat and humidity minus the thunderstorms in the morning. Let's go through the temperatures and then we'll get to the storms too. But tomorrow's temperature is more confident. You're going to see 90 south of I-90. It gets a little bit less confident going further north just because we have cloud cover, and how long that clouds linger in the afternoon may keep the temperatures down. As you see, 87 Eau Claire. But as you go to Rusk County, only 81, so not really hot or as hot up there, more just humid. So once again, it's going to be a different story as you go further south too. That's where the sun's going to definitely come out in the afternoon. We're going to have a good period of that, allowing those temperatures to get up into the 90s too. Now, as we go towards the feel-like temperatures or the heat and see, as you know, we are going to get up into the 90s fairly quick, but notice down to the south, they could be approaching 100 as we get towards noon, but then in the afternoon, that's when that 100 to 105 range really is basically centered along across and south or east, maybe more 90 to 95 as you go closer to Eau Claire, given the cloud covers. If it pans out, if we get more sun, it'll be a different story. Even during the evening hour, thunderstorms will probably not be yet impacting areas south of Eau Claire quite yet, so that's why we still got heating seas around 100. Once we get past 7 or 8, it gets a little bit uncertain when these thunderstorms come through. Still hot and humid south of the thunderstorms, so that's what we expect with the heat and see. Won't be an issue as we go into Thursday. Now, heat headlines right now, it does go up to Eau Claire, but we'll see if that actually gets trimmed a little depending on what goes on in the morning. Once again, the worst conditions will be along and south of La Crosse, where you could get close to 105 at times during the afternoon and the evening hour. So the good news is once we go on Thursday, we're going to have a lot more cloud cover. The humidity will still be there. The front's going to be kind of sagging south throughout the day. As you see, some of these temperatures still get into the mid-70s further south, but as you go even further north, we're looking at just low to mid-80s. Lots of clouds, maybe some sun. Precipitation-wise, it's a little bit too uncertain, but I think overall we're going to have less of that activity going on later on Thursday too. For the morning, this activity right now probably is not a lot reaching the ground, but there's still an opportunity to see a few showers for the next couple hours along and southwest of La Crosse. Then it's this complex that lifts north, and right now it has pushing it close to La Crosse, I-90, a little bit less activity as you go further north. So should be a wet commute for some areas. It could actually be some heavier rainfall if this just continues to circulate around the area through 7 and 8. West of the river, it actually gets a little bit drier once we get past 7 or 8. And then areas south of I-90 pretty much are going to be dry once we get about 11 a.m.-ish and everywhere else. North of it, we could still see some activity persist through about noon. And further north you go, you might see activity persist through 1 or 2 in the afternoon hour too. As you note right there, there's even more activity developing along this front as it pushes north. South of it, different story. You're going to start heating up very quickly towards the afternoon with the sun out. Then it becomes a question of when that boundary starts coming through in the evening hour. And right now, a little bit of activity 3 to 4 to 5 p.m. for Eau Claire. It starts sinking further south overnight, and then it somewhat stalls over some area as we go through 10, 11 p.m. right now along I-90 further east, where thunderstorms continuing. Then they'll continue to persist, but kind of back off as we go towards Thursday morning, at least the intensity of it too. So it could be another wet morning for Thursday, just depending on things go out. The good news is once we get through Thursday, things look good. Severe risk, we're going to have to watch that line as it sinks south. It could have damaging winds if it continues to hold together, but it does tend to weaken as we get closer to night. So something to keep in mind for Thursday evening. We'll have to deal with that. Not too much going on for Thursday. That's good news. And precipitation, there could be a few areas that get quite a bit depending on where this line forms. Otherwise, Friday's quiet. Saturday, we're warming up. A return to some heat and humidity as we go Sunday, with another front coming through Monday and Tuesday. But then look at next Wednesday if you really want some great temperatures, in my opinion. 81, and that looks like could be a stretch of 4 to 5 days where we actually are below average for a little bit too.
Yeah.
So that looks refreshing. But in the meantime, yeah, it's going to be. You're going to be sweating it out for a few days.
Yeah, a little rough.
Yeah, sweating out or getting drenched, one of the two.
All right, well, thank you very much, Greg. Coming up next in sports, it's almost here. Packers training camp just over 12 hours away. Plus, the Loggers hoping to right the ship and snap a second-half losing skid. Jacob is next.
It's an easy puzzle to solve. The one app your phone can't live without. Bringing you local news, sports, streaming video, and a lot more. The News 8 Now app. Get it today. Oh, and good job on the puzzle.
We've done many, many renovations. We bought an old house and have made it into an up-to-date house. Whenever anything involves plumbing, the first call I make is to Maxwell White. Their technicians put together a great final product.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
Summer's here, and it's time to bring the heat in a new Honda. Head out for an unforgettable adventure, or take a sporty sedan for a spin, all while driving with confidence. See what makes Honda the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get at 4.99% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
Jolivet Family Farms. There's no substitute for homegrown freshness. Jolivet's homegrown triple sweet corn is picked fresh daily. Join us Sundays 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. for our roasted sweet corn and charcoal brats. Jolivet's also features homegrown carrots, sweet onions, peppers, beets, cabbage, dill, tomatoes, cucumbers, blueberries, and so much more. Find distinctive crafts and decor. Take home some cookies, breads, bars, or pies from our homemade bakery. Buy fresh, buy local. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Maxwell White wants you to love your water. Preventative maintenance helps to keep the love going. Maxwell White can get your equipment running right so it can last longer and save you money. Call Maxwell White today. Water conditioning done right.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, after a first half where they rarely dropped 2 in a row, the Loggers are in the midst of their biggest slump of the summer, dropping their last 5 games entering tonight. Lacrosse playing host to the top team in the division, Duluth. Huskies took a 4-0 lead at the top of the first, but then the first batter for the home side answers in a big way. RJ Hamilton leaves the yard to cut into the deficit. Then the away side threatening in the top of the second. This ball sent out to the gap in left center, but Xander McLaurin tracks it down before crashing into the wall. Next time up, the Logs, they strike again. They get a little help as Cannon Sundgren's grounder gets through the infield and Justin Rolston slides home safely. But then the Duluth Bats wake up once again. With a couple runners on, Rowan Kelly gets into that pitch and launches it the opposite way to make it a 7-2 ball game. Then Ethan Sorowick, one of the top home run hitters in the Northwoods League, crushes a no-doubter. Loggers can't get out of their funk as they fall by a touchdown and extra point at the Lumberyard. In the majors, the Brewers looking for their 12th consecutive win. They trail Seattle in the 7th inning. Cal Raleigh with a solo homer in the 6th. And in the City of Angels, it's the Twins who lead the Dodgers, that one in the 4th. Well, tomorrow at 10:30 at Ray Nitschke Field, the 80th Packers training camp will get underway. And as always, excitement around the team is high again this season after an 11-6 mark a year ago where the green and gold fell in the NFC wildcard game against the eventual Super Bowl champion Eagles. Some storylines heading into camp include the drafting of Matthew Golden at wideout in the first round. What will his role be? The signing of Aaron Banks at guard to bolster up the offensive line, and how the secondary will perform without Jair Alexander. Those among many others will be talked about up until the regular season gets underway. Green Bay opens up the preseason portion of their schedule on Saturday, August 9th at home against the Jets. Today, players got their first in-person look at the renovated home locker room. The new locker room keeps the iconic G in the middle, but showcases some updated lockers, visuals, and lighting. In the NFL Players Association grading of teams that happens yearly, the Packers received a B- grade for their past locker room. Looking forward to seeing these upgrades in person tomorrow. And let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? On this day 4 years ago, fans lining the streets of Milwaukee for the NBA championship parade after the Bucks downed the Suns in 6 games. The parade route went through downtown Milwaukee, ending at the Deer District. Celebration marked the city's first NBA championship in 50 years, and since then, July 22nd has been proclaimed Bucks in 6 Day. Meanwhile, the Badger basketball team is putting in the work in the offseason, and that includes the new addition, Nick Boyd, the guard transfer from San Diego State. Boyd is quickly becoming comfortable with this group of teammates, and he feels as though the trio of himself, John Blackwell, and fellow newcomer Andrew Rohde can make some serious noise this season.
Just 2 good players. I mean, they helped me out. Like, they've been at the highest level doing it. I haven't, I played in high level games, but I haven't been each and every night at the highest level. So I'm just taking points from them, bringing my energy. They bring me with them, their energy, and just the competitive nature. I mean, us 3, like you said, it's going to be one of the best trios in the country when it comes to, ball skills, knocking down shots, making passes, and just being dogs.
Looking forward to seeing what he can do. Also, back to the Packers, guys. 2 things I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Obviously, the kids on the bikes is one of the best parts of the whole thing. But also, I want to see how fast Matthew Golden really is, like in person. It's going to be fun.
I know, because he looked real fast on tape with those Texas games.
Yes.
So, and we need an alpha wide receiver.
We really
who can
do.
Stretch the field.
See how fast he can get acclimated and get things going.
Absolutely.
It's going to be fun.
High hopes.
Thank you, guys.
All right, more news right after this.
Hiring the wrong personal injury attorney can cost you a lot. Researching personal injury attorneys costs you nothing. We're confident that your research will lead you to Bygoff and Rohde. BGR, object to anything less than the best.
You're thinking about new windows and doors. I've been thinking about new windows and doors for over 40 years. You're thinking about the best window at the best price. I'm thinking about the best window at the best price for you. The best quality, installed by professional installers at a fair price. If you're planning new windows and doors, you owe it to yourself to contact the Bort Store Home Improvements for a prompt free estimate. You'll be glad you did. Contact us today.
Shop Wisconsin's best deals at Black River Furniture Outlet. Find unbeatable prices on sectionals, big or small, to fit every home. Great savings on Ashley sofas and love seats. Style and comfort at a price you'll love. Check out our wide selection of reclining and power furniture, plus custom options from Best Home Furnishings. Experience top-tier comfort with Catnapper Furniture, where relaxation is key. Black River Furniture Outlet, your upholstery headquarters. Family values, veteran-owned, and no corporate hassle. Open 7 days a week in Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Jolivet Family Farms. There's no substitute for homegrown freshness. Jolivet's homegrown triple sweet corn is picked fresh daily. Join us Sundays 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. for our roasted sweet corn and charcoal brats. Jolivet's also features homegrown carrots, sweet onions, peppers, beets, cabbage, dill, tomatoes, cucumbers, blueberries, and so much more. Find distinctive crafts and decor. Take home some cookies, breads, bars, or pies from our homemade bakery. Buy fresh, buy local. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Hey, Dominic here, and we always get asked, what do you have for chicken? With over 40 blends at our outlet store, we recommend these 4: chicken, barbecue, Jamaican jerk, and good old original. Just take your chicken, brush some olive oil on it, shake on your choice of seasoning, and grill or bake thoroughly until done. From mild to a little spicy, you can make sure everyone's satisfied, and they're all low in sodium. Get these seasonings and more at the outlet store, and you can even sauce it up using barbecue seasoning and ketchup.
For 50 years, Bygoff and Rohde has been representing people, not insurance companies. Judges respect us. Other lawyers recommend us, and we've earned our awards. BGR, object to anything less than the best.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Passengers on a Chicago transit train got quite a slithering surprise.
A snake was found coiled up inside a control panel on the train. Lucius, the ball python, had slithered away from his owner. The local fire department was called in to free Lucius and return him to his owner, who is dressed like a pirate. Firefighters posted on social media that it wasn't a typical rescue and certainly memorable. Well, it's clear he's a stage snake. They have an act going on, and he's just tired of the spotlight.
Yeah.
He want to get away.
That dude really looked like a good Captain Jack Sparrow with the hat and everything.
Oh,
so
yeah.
the commitment to the bit. But again, this is like the third snake-related thing we've had in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, or just pets running away from owners, but maybe he was embarrassed of his owner. Dressing like a pirate, he's like, I'm over this.
Snakes on a train.
There's snakes on a train.
Samuel L. Jackson in
I
here.
like that. All right. Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
For residential, commercial, or high-speed doors, come to LaCrosse Glass and Overhead Doors. We carry a variety of CHI door styles designed to fit your vision. Get your free quote today.
Cordell's Automotive wants to thank you for voting us Best of La Crosse County for another year. With 7 locations, Cordell's is even easier to find near you. As a family-owned business, we truly get what it takes to care for your vehicle so that you and your loved ones can be safe and protected. We're honored to be your first choice in auto repair, mechanic, tire shop, and oil changes. Schedule an appointment and let us help you know you're safe.
Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin is so ready for summer. Right on the Mississippi River, a perfect spot for fishing and fun. Surrounded by scenic bluffs and some of the best hiking and camping around, there's so much to explore. You can experience Prairie du Chien's fascinating history and unwind with live music events that feature the vibe you're looking for. Book your place to stay and discover more at prairieduchien.org.
Where there's a flooded basement, there's a solution. Where there are wet spots or musty smells, there's an answer. Where wood damage or dry rot is stealing home value, there's an expert. American Waterworks. For wet basements, wood damage, and effects of dry rot, American Waterworks professional crack repair, waterproofing, sump pumps, and vapor barriers provide long-lasting solutions to tough problems. Wherever moisture problems surface, there's an answer. American Waterworks. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
Drive your story with a new Ram. Take your next adventure in a new Jeep from Pischke Motors.
Get employee pricing plus for a limited time only. Get your favorite Jeep, Ram, Dodge, or Chrysler during the Employee Pricing Plus sales event. Employee pricing for all means anyone can get exclusive employee pricing on these new vehicles. This opportunity won't last long, so stop into Pischke Motors now. This offer ends July 31st. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
For residential, commercial, or high-speed doors, come to LaCrosse Glass and Overhead Doors. We carry a variety of CHI door styles designed to fit your vision. Get your free quote today.
We will have thunderstorms in the mornings. Could be a wet commute for a lot of areas. By the time we get to noon in the afternoon, that's when the sun comes out for a lot of areas, and we get up to the heat and seas that could be above 100. So definitely stay hydrated in the afternoon and evening. More storms Wednesday night into Thursday, and we do cool down. Weekend, warm back up. If you want some refreshing temperatures, wait till next Wednesday.
Okay. And in the meantime, enjoy Packers training.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Thanks for joining us at 10.
We'll see you tomorrow.